Hello out there in YouTube land. Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be cremated. Well, not actually dead, but I have in my hands the wonderful Jeffree Star Cremated palette. And so, let's look at this beautiful bad boy. As you can see, has his face dissolving into ashes. And then we have the beautifulness of the palette. I am going to inset a little clip of this out in sunlight so you can see exactly how amazing these glitter shades are. They're like nothing else I have ever seen. So we'll put that in and then I'll be back. Okay, so I think I'm going to try and do kind of a Susie Sue inspired makeup look. A couple weeks from now there'll be a video uploaded to the channel that we put together that is literally a documentation of what makeup looked like in the earliest days of goth. So that should be a really fun video. So I'm going to try and do an homage to Miss Susie. So I think to start out with, I'm going to try and use the shade Wednesday, which is, let's see here, this wonderful shade right here. And I'm going to put that all over my lid because I kind of like to start out like that. Plus, Susie's makeup was a progression of grays and blacks and silvers for the most part. Sometimes she did use pops of color. I've only seen one photograph where she had blue in with her look, and I know there's a video out there where she used yellow, but for the most part it was grays and blacks and silvers. Which, at the early days of goth, everything was mostly about looking like you were dead. Whereas now, most looks are really, really intensive eyeliner, but you can use some colors, and it's just kind of variations on like an ultra smoky eye. But there's a lot more color used now than there was back then. If you saw like old pictures that were really like majorly colored, then you're talking about more of a punk aesthetic than you are goth. In the early days, anyway. So next, I think I'm going to go into Solemnly Swear, which is this darker, kind of cooler gray over here. And I'm going to put that along the outer edges to try and give it a little bit more of a deep set look. People might want to know why I don't really do like a whole lot of crease work. Well, as you can see, my eyes are so hooded, you don't actually see the crease. So I like to extend things up a little bit more to give an impression of a crease. But my crease area doesn't actually show up. So I do my eyeshadow a little differently than people that, can actually show off their crease. Okay. Now, I believe I'm going to go in with Embalmed, which is this lighter gray up here. I'm just gonna add that in above the previous gray. This one here is really the color that I've seen in like burnt fireworks after you set them off has kind of that slightly bit of like yellow tinge to the gray. It really does look like ashes, which is kind of unique. Okay, I'm going to take my little blender brush with nothing extra on it and just kind of blend everything together here. So we have kind of a seamless thing going on. This is my favorite blending brush. It's actually a Japanesque blending brush. They are not vegan, but they are cruelty-free. Okay, now I think I'm definitely going to add a bit of lighter white up here underneath my eyebrow to give a bit of trying to figure out how to put this, not so much a highlight but a brightening. I have to say, just with the regular quality that I've seen from all of Jeffree's palettes, these shadows are blending easily. I'm not having any issues. I'm not even seeing a lot of fallout, so I'm very impressed. Okay, now I think I'm going to go in with Pallbearer, which is this super intense metallic-y gray up there in the corner, and see what I can do in the middle of my lid to make that really sparkle. I know some people have said that they need to use glitter glue with that. I'm going to try it just with the shadow already on my lid. I did put down some concealer beforehand. I don't tend to use a lot of eyeshadow bases because I found that concealer works better with my eyes, with the oils that are produced on my lids, than eyeshadow base. Okay, I have to say, with that Pallbearer shade, to me it does look like it probably would stick better with a glitter glue. Let me see if it pops more with my finger. Oh yeah. So you don't have to use glitter glue if you don't want to. You can apply it with your finger and it will be very glittery. Now, let's see here. Underneath, I think I will try this shade up in the corner called RIP, which is right next to Gravedigger. And I will put that underneath most of my eye. Back with this brush just to blend that a bit. Make it not so hard lined. And I'll go in with a flat brush and use the flat black called Hers to give a bit more of a hard ridge. Okay, inner corner highlight. I have to use Diamond Ashes, which is this super glittery shade right there. Yeah, I really like that Diamond Ashes shade. That is gorgeous. Just gives such a pop there. Okay. And then, let's see, are we done? I think I'm going to add a bit more Diamond Ashes right up in here, right underneath my brow bone, so that I really continue that kind of bright, shiny look I'm going for. Okay. So I'll be back after I do my eyeliner and put on some mascara, and we'll talk about my final thoughts of the palette. And we're back! So, as you can see, this look came together pretty easily. I didn't have any major trouble. I didn't have any patchiness. I know some people have reported some issues with patchiness of some of the shades. It might have been the base that they used. I didn't have that experience. I would recommend that you make sure and try to really concentrate on using concealer and, you know, set it with a little bit of translucent powder first, because that made all the shades blend pretty much seamlessly for me. You know, besides that, I'm highly impressed. The only shade that seemed like it might have been a little bit of some glitter glue was the pallbearer shade, but I was certainly able to make it look nice and glittery without glitter glue. I highly recommend this palette if you decide that you would like to own it yourself. Jeffree Star has mentioned that he plans on a huge restock roughly mid-June, so I would kind of stalk his Instagram and Twitter, and you can see when the restock's going to be, because he hasn't announced it yet. I am sure some people are wondering where Tabby is. Well, her dog unfortunately had to have surgery, so she is away right now, and hopefully she'll be back with us soon. So, until next time.